Hello everyone. My name is Sumukh and I am a student of Vellore Institute of Technology, Chennai. Today I am here in front of you to discuss a problem, that is job sequencing problem based on greedy algorithm, which is a part of the post design and analysis of algorithm. And starting off, uh, we'll see what are contents that we are going to discuss today. So, first of all, we'll discuss the introduction to job sequencing using greedy algorithm. Then we'll see some basic algorithms that are the part of the design and analysis of algorithm subject, that is dynamic programming and branch and bound. Then we'll see the pseudocode and time complexity of a problem that we are going to discuss today. Then we'll have a conclusion about it. So, starting off, uh, what is a job sequencing problem? So, in the job sequencing problem with deadlines, the objective is to find a sequence or the order of the jobs which is completed within their deadline and gives maximum profit. Given the condition that we are using a single processor, that is a single operating system, which is capable of performing one job at a time with this one time unit. So, let us understand the problem deeply. So, suppose you are a content writer and have 4 articles to write. Each article takes a different amount of time to complete and has different payments. You want to earn the maximum amount by writing the articles. So, which article will you write first? You have two options. Article with maximum payment. In this case, the article can take a longer duration to complete, but by writing this article, you may miss some other articles which can be completed in a shorter interval of time. And it can be unprofitable to you if the sum of the payments from the missed articles is greater than the payments of this article which you are doing. The other option is the article which takes less time. You do the article which takes less time. In this case, it may happen that you have written multiple articles in the given time, but there could be the possibility that if you would have chosen the article with maximum payments, you could have earned more, even by writing a single article. So we will see how we can solve such problems in real life by understanding the job sequencing problem. The job sequencing problem states that you have a single processor operating system and a set of jobs that have to be completed with given deadline constraints. Your objective is to maximize the profit given the condition that only one job can be completed at a given time. Uh, First, we'll see what is the basic difference between the basic algorithms of the subject design and analysis of algorithm. What is a greedy algorithm? A greedy algorithm is an approach for solving a problem by selecting the best option available at the moment. It doesn't worry whether the current best result will bring the overall optimal result. The algorithm never reverses the earlier decision, even if the choice is wrong. It works in a top-down approach. Then what is the dynamic programming algorithm? Dynamic programming is a technique used to solve complex optimization problems. It works by breaking the problem into smaller subproblems and solving them recursively. The solution to the subproblems is then used to solve the original problem. One more basic algorithm is of branch and bound. Branch and bound is an algorithm used to solve optimization problems. It works by creating a tree of all the possible solutions, then pruning the tree to find the optimal solution. The algorithm is guaranteed to find the optimal solution and is relatively easy to implement. So now we'll see how can we solve the job sequencing problem using greedy algorithm. So first of all, let's have a brief of what we have to do. So starting off, we have to sort the jobs in decreasing order of their profit, find the highest deadline among all deadlines, and draw a Gantt chart up to that deadline. Now we need to assign time slots to individual job. Now pick each job one by one and check if the maximum possible time slot for the job, that is its deadline, is assigned to another job or not. If it is not filled yet, assign the slot to the current job ID. Otherwise, search for any empty time slot less than the deadline of the current job. If such a slot is found, assign it to the current job ID and move to the next job ID. Continue this process until all the feasible jobs are allocated to the time slots. In the end, we can calculate the profit for all the allocated feasible jobs. we are taking the number of jobs as n here. So starting off, you can see in the picture, uh, there are jobs given with different profits and different deadlines. So we have to calculate what will be the optimal sequencing of jobs, which will give us the maximum profit. So step one, we'll sort the jobs in decreasing order of their profit. You can see the jobs are randomly arranged here. And the next slide, you can see the jobs are arranged in a decreasing order of the profit. I mean, in a descending order. So step two, here we can see that the value of the maximum deadline is 5. You can see here, the value of the maximum deadline is 5. So its Gantt chart will be 5. So the next step is, now we pick the jobs one by one as presented in step one and place them on the Gantt chart as far as possible from 0. We have to place it as far as possible from 0. We will pick job 4. Its deadline is 2. So placing the job in the empty slot available just before the deadline. We can see here, the job 4 has the minimum deadline, that is of 2. So we'll place it in the position 2 here in the Gantt chart. So now we will pick the job number 1 because its deadline is 5. So placing the job in the empty slot available just before the deadline. We have 5 different boxes here, because we have the most deadline a job has is 5. So now we'll pick job number 3 because its deadline is 3. So placing the job in the empty slot available just before the deadline. Then moving on, we will pick job number 2 because its deadline is 3. See, we are arranging the jobs in the order of their. Uh, we have first ordered them in a descending order, and then we are placing them according to their deadlines. So now we'll pick job number 2. Its deadline is 3. Here, second and third slots are already filled. So place job 2 on the next available free slot farthest from 0. That is first slot. We will now pick job 5. Its deadline is 4. Place the job in the first empty slot before the deadline, that is fourth slot. Uh, Someone may ask, why did we place job number 2 in the first slot and not in the slot between 3 and 4? Because we had to place it in the place of J4, but the next corresponding, the next adjacent block to it was filled. That's why we placed it previously. So now at last we will pick job number 6 because its deadline is 2, but the profit was minimum for it. Now we need to place the job in the first empty slot before the deadline. Since no such slot is available, hence job 6 cannot be completed. So the most optimal sequence of jobs to maximize profit is job 2, then 4, then job 3, then job 5, and at last the job 1. And the maximum profit that can be earned is adding up the profits of job 2, 4, 3, 5, and 1. So this is the code implementation of the greedy algorithm that is used to solve the job sequencing problem. This is a C program, and we have created a structure here and implemented all the comparisons here using if and for loops. It is quite simple to understand here. So at last we'll think that what is the time complexity? How fast can this algorithm make my work do? So the time complexity of the job sequencing problem is big O of n square, because we are using 2 for loops in here, one into another. That's why the time complexity is of n square, and all the others are all the other operations are time constant. So at last, we'll have the conclusion of what a job sequencing problem is. So the job sequencing problem with deadlines. The deadlines is an important term here. The job sequencing with deadlines is a problem to find the most optimal sequence of jobs when executed in a single processor operating system. We can do only one problem at a time. We can't do multiple problems at a time. That's the main thing. We need to obtain the maximum profit using it. There are many sequences of jobs possible. since we need the most optimal sequence. Hence we use the greedy algorithm in it. So I hope you have understood what I have explained today, and thank you for listening to me.